What's up guys, Plasma Mastodon MM1 here. So today I'm going to show you the rest of the mountain and this chunk over here, which is my latest chunk. After that I'll probably either have to add more onto it or show you guys the nether. So yeah, before we go into that, the first episode I did was here with the plains biome and Steve and the nether portal. The second video I did on this world was the village over here, and then last episode I showed part of the mountain and how the hill part can come off. Now I'm going to show the coolest parts of the mountain and the final chunk of what we have so far, which is I guess the lake over there. So I will show you guys the rest of the mountain right now. Alright guys, so what I've done is I've just turned around the map, and you're now looking at it from the back. This is the back of the mountain, because see here, you see the nether portal over there. So this cliff, I may have showed you, I may have not, can come off, and it just has this icicle and some rock detailing, and some snow at the top, so that's pretty cool, and it just attaches on pretty much like that to the side of the mountain. And then the main feature, probably not the main feature of the mountain, that's probably this part over here, but a big feature of the mountain is that this whole thing, this whole top piece is just one chunk, and it has the end portal in here. So yeah, I've crammed a lot of stuff into this mountain, and I've now crammed the end portal in here. So, yep, it's got the black marks here, or the black plates here to show that's where your character can jump in and go to the end. And I'll probably make the end a lot later. I actually haven't even thought of making it yet, so don't ask. Then I just have these see-through light blue studs in where the Eye of Enders would go, and then blue plates on top of tan bricks. So this is kind of what each side looks like. And then, so that's pretty much it. It's just in this little stone room inside the top of the mountain, and that is probably one of the coolest features, I think. So that gives you a pretty good look at that. Now we're going to go down to the bottom of the mountain, and I'll show you guys the rest of this video. Alright guys, so now we're at the bottom, the foot of the mountain here, and this is kind of like a little lake area. Not really much. It's just basically tiles laid down here with some sand pieces, a tree over here. This is pretty much in the back of the village, just to give you a point of view. The nether portal's over there. Yeah, so that's kind of the lake area. That's all I have to say, except that you may be wondering, what the heck's this little green piece doing here with this one little weird bump on it? Well, that's there because I want to introduce to you my latest mob, the Enderman. So this is the Enderman, and although he may not look that great, this is the best I could get him with including all of his features. So I've analyzed the Enderman a little bit, and he has a normal head just like the normal character. So I used a minifigure head since that's what I'm going to use as my standard, a minifigure. And then he has arms that are 2 times as long as the character's and 2 times as skinny. So yeah, that's his arm. And I've made it pretty pretty good, I think, because he can move his arms in pretty much every way. If you see, look, he can move his elbows or shoulders back. And these little nozzle pieces act as shoulders, and I can move them forward or backward. And then he has little elbows here that he can move his arm up like that. Even though he doesn't really in the game, I made him with that ability anyway. So yeah, Enderman. He's got no feet, because I don't think really anything in Minecraft has feet at all. So that's the Enderman, and he just stands in this little piece right here. And he, they just kind of walk around really. I've noticed recently that in Minecraft, they're the smartest mob in the sense that they can build things. I actually have seen them build things and take apart things and teleport everywhere, but they are stupid in the fact that I've seen Endermen trying to swim. One I saw on my single player world, he literally walked into water and while I was watching him at night, he just literally was walking along. He walked right into water. So that's kind of stupid. But anyway, this area, as you know, guys, I add in another Minecraft player every chunk. So this chunk over here by the village was the farmer. Over there by Steve, it was just the average Minecraft player, Steve. This chunk over here, which was the mountain, was the miner. And he's under this cave part over here that I showed last episode. This episode, we have, since the Enderman is probably the toughest overworld mob, I'm pretty sure, other than the cave spider, which go in swarms, probably, since he's the toughest, he needs the toughest person to fight him. And so, none other than the PvPer. So this is the Minecraft PvPer. He looks a lot like all the other players in our Minecraft world. He's got kind of a frowny face because he's the tough guy of the bunch. Then he's just got the same mold that all of the Minecraft players have, that I made them have. He has a sword since he PvPs, and he's a fighter. And then he's got a tan shirt and some gray pants. And basically I made the lake because I wanted to show off my boat design, guys. I made a boat, and it's simple with 3 pieces. This is the main piece. It's just a little crate. And then basically how you make it is you take 2 of these pieces, these 1x1 pieces. I just managed to somehow find these pieces that actually look like they are boards. And what you do is you put them on the sides like this, and then you see how they can slide inwards or outwards? I just slide them outwards like that. And then after you put one on, then after that you have to put your guy in. And so I'm going to put my little guy in here. Okay, and then after that, then you put the final piece on, which is I actually managed to somehow find another one of those. So I'm going to put it on just the same as I did the other one. And hold on. So the cool thing that I like about my boat idea, that just kind of fell apart, hold on. His hand's in the way. That's why. So the cool thing the cool thing I like about my boat design is that he cannot fall out of his boat. So there'll be no overboards for this guy. He's got a awesome boat. And that, see, look, he cannot fall out of the boat. I'm shaking this really hard, and he can just swim around in his little pond thing here, and just, you know, sneak attack the Enderman if he wants. But anyway, other than that, the main reason I made this lake, also a very cool part about this area, which I think, is that this area right here is tiled, because this little hill, I can just put my 2 fingers right here and go ahead and pull, and easily this slides out, and this is the entire cave area under the mountain. So guys, actually my little brother gave me this idea, and I think it's really worked out. If you can see, there's a lot of detail here under the mountain. We got a skeleton just, hold on, let me focus this. We got a skeleton just chill banging here. His foot has come off, and I made him sit by a little clip piece, if you can see there, attached by where his leg should be. Then in the chest we have a butter ingot and an apple, and so yeah. And then we have a bone just sitting here, an emerald, because if you know, emeralds do spawn in the middle of mountains, so I put that there for detail. And then we just got some rock detailing and some pebbles scattered around. So yeah, guys, I think that's pretty cool. So comment on that if you like it. And so it just slides right here under the mountain. And so I have to kind of like that to get it under these pointy rocks right here. And so it just goes under like that, and then I can just slide it right in. And it works perfectly. The lake is here, and I've just measured it correct, so this can slide out like that, or just stay in. And I did not build the entire back of the mountain because I want to be able to, I'm just taking the closest guy I can here, you know, play around in here if I want to, just, you know, set up characters inside the cave. And then, this is probably a very nice stop motion scene because I can set my camera here, and then I can have the people move by moving them by this window. But anyway, that's just an idea. So I think I might just give you the 360 view of the map that we have so far. So I'll just put the PvPer here in his boat with the Enderman here on his little shore. And so I'll just turn it this way. So I showed you guys the cave under there just a couple seconds ago. I showed you, I don't think actually that great detail, this side of the mountain, but anyway, that's that. And then, if we keep turning, we find Steve's house. This part of the mountain can come off. And then we got the miner down there, and with another mob, the skeleton. And then we keep turning, and we find another chunk, which is the village, and the spider, the slimes, the farmer, the villagers, the nether portal, the creeper down there, the birch wood tree. And so, there's a lot to do with this mountain, guys, and I just showed you everything that I've put onto it. If there's another thing you think that I can cram into this mountain, just tell me, but I don't think so, because literally, guys, I'll show you everything all pulled out here. We got, over here, we have the cave that slides out, like that, and then we also have the hill that comes off, like that, and then we have the top that comes off, and that's pretty cool, and then the cliff comes off also, and that's awesome. And I don't want to take that off because that is somewhat breakable. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Be sure to give it a like and a thumbs up if you enjoy this series. I plan on making a lot of these videos, and I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm pretty much doing a pattern on and off of Codwallow and Jake and this, and every once in a while I'll throw in an update video of me just talking or something like that. So, thanks for watching, guys. I know this has been a really long video, but see you later, guys. Bye.